so I kind of made a mistake. In episode 1, I mentioned that the Valley of Trials was the starting area for the orcs and the trolls. Yeah, that's not right at all. It used to be until that changed. So big shout out to Cabbage Vendor on Reddit for spotting that out. I owe you one. And as promised to him and for everybody else, let's find out what happens to the trolls in World of Warcraft. Starting off, you speak to Jin Thala. Now, he's a member of the Darkspear tribe, and he says that the trolls have been outcast for a very, very long time. They found themselves fleeing from their homes over and over again. But the Echo Islands isn't just a place to flee to, but rather a place to call home. He says it's time to begin your training, and to talk to Saratha out in the east. Now, each class is going to have their individual trainers, so keep in mind that the name is going to change, but the quest is the same. At the start, you also notice a troll sitting there named Zuni. He too is starting his training, just like you, and he promptly runs away just to get a head start. Upon arriving to Saratha, he says you look pretty intense. He wants to start off pretty simple, so he tells you to attack the Tiki targets until you destroyed 6 of them. So you run off to the side and beat up on 6 of them until they're all destroyed. After returning, Saratha says you have a very natural flow, and that you might have some talent for this kind of stuff. He wants to put your skills to the test, and tells you about the cats on the island that are killing all of the boars. He says that the trolls can't share any of the food with any wild animals on the island, so he wants you to kill 6 wild Mane cats and retrieve their pelts. So you head out, and you kill 6 of the cats to stop them from eating all the boars on the island. I don't know how only killing 6 is gonna do the job, but that's all he wants you to do. After that, you return to Saratha to report. He says that the pelts you brought back are in really good shape, and he could make some very hefty cloaks out of them. Now, Saratha doesn't want to challenge you by beating up on Tiki targets or killing cats anymore. He wants to put you to the test. He instructs you to enter the proving pit and fight a captive Spitscale scout. He figures the real test comes when you're fighting something that wants to kill you back. So you enter the pit. You fight the Spitscale scout until you eventually kill it, and then you return to Saratha to report. Saratha says that you handle yourself pretty well, and you're gonna be pretty powerful someday. He says that you've turned out to be more than what they expected you to be, and you don't need to be hanging around the new guys anymore. He wants you to report to Vol'jin in Darkspear Hold, so you can lend a hand here and there. Arriving at Vol'jin, he asks if you're the new recruit that everyone's been talking about, and he welcomes you to Darkspear. Now, Vol'jin wants to show you exactly why they're on the Echo Islands. You end up seeing a vision of a past event in which Vol'jin and Garrosh Hellscream have sort of a disagreement. In short, Vol'jin tells Garrosh that he doesn't consider him war chief for the trolls, and that he was only given the title of war chief because he's Grom's son, and that the Horde really just wanted a war hero to lead. Vol'jin tells you that the trolls have no business in Orgrimmar, so long as Garrosh Hellscream is war chief of the Horde. Vol'jin tells you that you have a lot to learn, and requests that you go help the people that are living in Darkspear Hold. So as a new resident, you head out to help your neighbors. You first come across Torajin. He says he's really sick and tired of eating boar meat and would like something different, like maybe crab, and asks if you can help out. He wants you to kill 5 pygmy surf crawlers and collect their meat from the eastern coast. So you quickly head out to the coast, you kill 5 of the crawlers and you get their meat, then you return to Torajin. He's really happy that you got him some crab meat. And that's it. Nothing really big there, just a simple act of kindness. You then meet up with Moriah. Now, she's really happy that Vol'jin sent you her way. She ends up asking you if you can head down to Blood Talon Shore and help the people down there move the raptors into their pens. On your way down to Blood Talon Shore, Zuni catches up with you and hangs out with you for a bit. Upon arriving to Blood Talon Shore, you meet up with Kijara. She says that the hatchlings are being stolen by someone on the next island. She first thought that they were just running away or that nature was claiming them, but sooner or later she found out that that wasn't the case. She wants you to use the Blood Talon whistle over on Zalazane's Fall to the northwest and help bring the hatchlings back over to this island. But before you leave, you speak to Tegashi. Now, he's noticed that there's some kind of dark magic on the other island that's corrupting everything. He also thinks he's found the source of all this dark magic. A lone Naga on Zalazane's Fall named Najtes was spotted with a red orb of power. Tegashi wants you to go over there and kill Najtes and obtain that orb. He says that Naj has been using that orb to corrupt the Blood Talon Raptors. Now, as far as the Raptors, he says that there's nothing that can be done for them and wants you to give them a swift death. So while you're over there on Zalacine's Fall, he wants you to kill 8 of the corrupted Blood Talon Raptors. So you go out to the island, you kill the corrupted Raptors, you also use the Blood Talon Whistle and save the little hatchlings, and you kill Naj and obtain the red orb that was corrupting everything. After all that's said and done, you head back to Blood Talon Shore. Kijara is really happy that the hatchlings are back. Togashi thanks you for putting down the corrupted Raptors and also for killing Naj. He mentions that the Naga have been enemies of the trolls for a very long time, and that previous encounters with them didn't turn out so well. But what you did today gives them hope and changes things for the future. Now that the problems on Zalacine's Fall are taken care of, Kijara wants you to do her a favor. Mariah back on the mainland has been asking for a few new raptors to train. Kijara has a special one named Swiftclaw that she wants you to capture and then bring over to the pens. So you find Swiftclaw and use the lasso to get on his back, and then you ride him over the bridge onto the mainland and put him back in the pens. Then you return to Mariah to report. She says that Kijara told her that Swiftclaw is a bit to handle, but Mariah's looking for the challenge to train him. She then thanks you as you go on your way. But before you go, you notice some commotion behind you. You run on over and meet up with a troll named Tortunga. Now Tortunga tells you that Vol'jin has called for an all-out attack on the Naga that have taken over the island to the north. Many of the trolls have engaged with the Naga on the bridge, and some of them have broken the Naga lines and attacked them on the island itself. After learning that, he wants you to speak to Jornoon and secure a ride over to Spitscales Cove. Once there, you'll look for a troll named Morokai, who happens to be the captain of the watch. So you jump on the back of a raptor and take it all the way to Spitscale Cove. Upon arriving, you meet Morokai, who tells you that the Naga have committed great atrocities on the trolls, and that it's time to stop showing them mercy. He wants you to enter the cave and kill 12 Spitscale Naga. He also wants to make sure that the Naga have no desire to return to the island. Having said that, he wants you to place 8 territorial fetishes on any Spitscale flags. He says that the reason to do this is that if the Naga approach the flags, it'll weaken them, thereby making them not want to come around this area again. So you enter the cave, you kill the Naga as instructed, and you place 8 territorial fetishes on any of the Spitscale flags that you find. After that, you report back to Morokai. Now Morokai says that you did a really good job. He also says that the sea witch Zarjira is on the top of the island. He's been waiting a long time to get his chance at revenge and says that you have the privilege of seeing it through. He wants you to meet up with Vol'jin on the ramp to the northeast to join the battle. Once at the top, you help Vol'jin fight the sea witch. Now during the fight, your old friend Zuni shows up, and in an attempt to help, he's struck down by the sea witch. After it's all said and done, you get a troll named Vanira to take you back to Vol'jin in Darkspear Hold. Vol'jin says that the power that burst from the sea witch was very immense. Now he says he can use this power to enact a vision of places far away. He wants you to watch as he tries to make contact with the one and only Thrall. Now Vol'jin ends up speaking with Thrall, who's off saving the world because of the cataclysm. Now Thrall tells Vol'jin that Garrosh can be the hero that the Horde needs. He also tells him to not let these troubled times divide their people. Vol'jin tells Thrall that he'll think about what he said. He trusts Thrall and hopes that one day he'll return as war chief of the Horde. From here, Vol'jin wants you to meet up with Master Gadrin in Sen'Jin village and help the Horde on the mainland. Now that wraps it up for Durotar. Thank you to everyone who's liked and subscribed to this channel, and if you haven't, I hope you consider doing it. If you'd like to support this channel through Patreon, the link is listed down below. And with that, we'll see you next time when we learn more about the Tales of Azeroth.